How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I got something that I want to share with y'all just a little bit. I just left a home going that I had to do on a Shabbat. And I just wanted to share for people. Uh, if you have to work on the Shabbat and you kind of worried about it and stuff like that, all I can say is just accept God's grace. I mean, because I know that some of us are not even in the position at this time. And I pray that you pray to the Most High to help you, uh, uh, that your schedule will work out and you'll find a better situation. But until then, the Most High, He knows our hearts. He knows what we're supposed to be. And what I do have issue with is people that going out their way. And I saw a video of some what they call the black Hebrew Israelites out there in the streets on the Shabbat, the Sabbath, or whatever you may want to call it. And they was engaging some homosexuals on their gay pride day or whatever it was. First of all, I got a question: should you be out there on the Shabbat in the first place, and then you on their territory? It's just a question. I got a little word I want to share for you from Yehochanan. That's the Gospel of John. That's to y'all people that don't understand what I'm saying. And it starts right here in the first verse. It said, "And Yeshua passed, and he saw a man which was blind from his birth." And one of the disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned that this man, was this man's parents that he was born blind?" Yeshua answered, "Neither has this man sinned nor his parents, but it's the works of Yahuwah should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night comes when no man can work." Just want to talk about. I'm gonna do this like I used to do a little bit. I'm gonna put a title to it. Blind sheep giving birth to lamb that can see. And what I mean by that is that while I was at this homegoing, they have a part in the section where where the family, they put the program together, and there's like a standard. Someone reads the Old Testament, someone reads the New Testament, and then somebody do the prayer. Well, this young man that got up and prayed, he was praying to Jesus. Yeah, he was praying to Jesus. And first of all, you're praying to the wrong one, and then you naming the wrong person. And I understand. I've done that so long. I mean, I have to understand what these people are. But even in his word, Yeshua said, "You asked in my name." And then he said, "Pray to the Father." You don't pray to him. You pray to the Father. He is an image of him. He's a reflection of the Father. He's not the Father. He said, "I can't do these things except for my Father who has sent me." His Father is the one with all power. Yah is the one. The Most High is the one with all the power. He's the only one that's gonna eat. Now, he said, and these things, you could speak to this mountain and you could do greater things. So that means that if you are the elect, and what I mean by that, you have to look in it, Elijah, and find out who the elect is. The elect is the Hebrews, is Israel. Israel is the elect. Okay, and I have taught that thing so backward, so long, and that's why I had to choose this topic: blind sheep giving birth to lamb that can see. Because even though the awakening is helping, just because you're awake and you're awakening who you are, doesn't mean that now you can see. Hello, somebody. You can be wide open, have your eyes closed. And what I mean by that is that we even have another physical eye called the pineal gland, the pineal gland, or maybe you may want to call it the third eye. And a lot of Christians, you know, they teach you don't want to open that up. That's evil. That's evil. You know, there's some scripture on when Yeshua talks about that in the book of Thomas. And if it's evil, why is it there? It's only evil because the ones that suppress that thing in us by giving us fluoride and all those other things, only do decalcification that, you know, it can be opened up. But if you don't have scripture, if you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh, if you don't have the set apart spirit, if you know what I mean, yeah, it could be used for, you know, different things. But, you know, I thank God that I can see things and be in confirmation. This has got to be at least 2 or 3 witnesses. And I see some things now. I see some things. I see things I never saw before. And, you know, I see spirits. I don't see people. I see spirits. You know, the spirits that's operating in them now. And one of the things that I saw in the scripture is that when the Pharisees approached the man and said, and they was asking a question among themselves, isn't it the same man that was blind? And the blind man, you know, he said, yeah, no, I'm the same fella. I'm the same fella. He said, well, how is it you can see? He said, this man called Yeshua. He come to, you know, he anointed my eyes with mud, and he told me to go wash in the pool of Shalom, and I washed it. Now I can see. I can see. When he asked the parents said, well, you know, I don't know how he can see, but now can you imagine how the little fella was looking at his parents, because this is the first time he ever saw them. Think about it. Sometimes it'll come to an awareness of someone else where you can truly see people close to you for who they really are. And what I mean by that, you always had your own thoughts or your own means of looking at them, but then when Yah puts it in you, now you look at them in a whole different light, if you may say. You don't see them the same way. And I can imagine, even though he was looking at his parents in the physical, he was witnessing how they was operating in the flesh, trying to go into self-preservation because they were more afraid of who was questioning them than the one that healed their son. And I can imagine, you know, like anybody else, you know, it's your first time you ever saw eyes on your parents, because the Bible say that he was born blind. Now let me go on back down. I'm gonna jump on down, because after all this was done, and then he had did this on the Sabbath. And, you know, in Yeshua, we already know that he said that, you know, I didn't come to, you know, to break the law. I come to fulfill the law. The law has been fulfilled. And we're so hung up on these laws right now. I'm just worried. I'm just trying to keep up with these, you know, keep up with the commandments. Because that's why a lot of people are lost anyway, because we got away from the commandments. And, you know, even he talked that, look, you put too many burdens on these people. And I need y'all to understand something, Israelites. Don't put too much burden on the people. Talking about, you know, because one of the things I saw out there in one of them videos, that they were out there explaining to the folks, there's 613 laws. Man, that'll scare the hell out of me. I'll be like, man, forget all this. You know what I'm saying? Let's just try to get back to the basics right now. I mean, you know, and another thing, you know, you try to prove too much how much you know, but you're blind. You're blind. Because these camps are set up just like the church. And, you know, didn't he tell us to come out of her? Don't be partakers of her. And I'm looking at how, you know, in what tone that you're talking. Well, I understand, you know, you about to cry out loud and you let the people be aware of their sins and all that type of stuff like that. Man, folks already know they wrong. Folks already know that they sins and stuff. And then you're caught up on all this stuff about how you know, what people wearing and stuff. Won't you just accept God's grace and go on by your business? Because even back in them days, we wore garments. Men wore garments. You would like a dress. You saying I should wear a dress? No, not in this culture. I ain't. You ain't gonna catch me in there. You know, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you the plain truth is, a real man, especially one like me, pants don't excite me anyway on no woman. I like a woman that wear dresses anyway. Now, when I'm operating in the flesh, I see something moving in a dress, that's something else. Pants don't give you all that, to tell you the truth. Well, back to the subject before I get blind again. Well, when Jesus uses something physical to handle something spiritual, and what I mean by that is, he said, Matthew 36, verse 36 in chapter 9, he says, and Yeshua said unto him, you have both seen him, and it is he who talks with you. And he said, I do not, I believe. And he worshipped him. 39, and Yeshua said, for judgment I have come unto the world, that they that see not may see, and they which see might be made blind. And some of the Pharisee, that's the way it's reading the Sefer, which were with him, heard these words and said unto him, are we blind also? Yeshua said unto them, if you were blind, you should have no sin. Now I say, we see, therefore your sin remains. Y'all get that? He said, and some of the Pharisees, they asked him, are we blind also? In a condescending type way. They trying to trap him. They trying to draw him in. And Yeshua said unto them, if you were blind, you should have no sin. But now I say, now you say, we see, therefore your sin remains. See, what he's saying is, this is not a physical, this is a spiritual. You think you see the truth. Just like I was at that funeral, that homegoing. This guy praying to a God, a God. Now, that's why I like using that word, because it expands everywhere. And what I mean by that is, the Most High showed me, the danger in using the word God, it opens up for any type of entity, any type of entity with power, and that's exactly what the devil wants us to do. And what he does is he tries to mirror what the Most High is doing or already done. So you think that you're worshiping the Elohim, but you're worshiping the synagogue of Satan. When you so-called lifting up holy hands to the JESUS, and which is another name that was put in there, by the enemy, and now you think you worshiping and praising the Most High, but you're not. You're not doing it, because he said there will be someone else. There'll be. I come in my Father's name. That's what he said. And y'all don't even want to call him by his real name. So you already know who his Father's name is. Do you really know who his Father's name is? Okay, I just gave it to you. But you are saying, we were saying something. I'm going to talk about us. I'm going to talk about me, what I was doing. I was calling on the name of God. I was calling on the name of, everything. But then I was like, wait, hold on. Something ain't right. Because that opens up everything. Because when I was learning in school about these different gods, like Zeus. Oh, that's Jesus, ain't it? Oh, y'all getting in there? He come in his father's name, which is Yahshua. His name is Yahshua, and his name Yah. Okay, now, okay. And then he say, there will someone else come behind me. Hello, say somebody. Talking about I'm the one, but not, he ain't gonna be the one. He said, be not deceived. And that's what we've been going. Broad is the way to destruction. How many Christians it is? How many Muslims are there? That's a broad highway. He said, narrow is the gate. Only a few gonna get in. And to I know this sounds kind of funny to some of you folks that don't believe. But when you look at it for what it is, man, pray for the sins of your ancestors and pray to come back to Yah. I'm for real. Well, we don't pray that. Look, if you don't understand the spirit realm, don't even question me about that. Because I'm just not understanding some things about the spirit realm. And the spirit realm is trying to dictate what goes on in the physical realm, if you know what I mean. That's why I was talking, it's like when you look at who's really blind. And when I try to explain these truths to so-called Christians, man, but that's expected though, because the scripture talks about how, they gonna hate you. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. But then and then you want to turn around, but you ignore that part where the real Messiah says, love ye not the world, for the world hated me before they hated you. Be not a friend of the world, because if you are of the world, then you're an enemy of God. But God so loved the world. God so loved the world. Think about that. Man, y'all need to get down in this thing and understand exactly what's going on. And I'm one of those types that I'm kind of leery of everything that I touch right now, everything that I put my hands on. But that's, because we have been blinded on purpose. Y'all hear that? I say we have been blinded. We were blinded on purpose because of our disobedience. The Most High blinded us on purpose. And now during this awakening, there is still some blindness going on. Just because you are aware that you're a Hebrew, that you're Israel, doesn't mean that you see. It doesn't mean that you see. Because you still out there doing something, trying to prove to other folk, and then you out there on the Sabbath. Hello somebody, arguing with heathens. And we got enough going on within ourselves. Man, go home. Open up that Bible. Read these scriptures. We got no business out doing nothing on the Sabbath. That's just a question I want to put out there, dude. Should we be doing that on the Sabbath? I mean, I can understand we have a little group, home lessons or something like that. Have a little small group at your home, I guess, I don't know. I mean, answer that question for me, y'all. Should we be out there on the streets wearing fringes, arguing with folks that don't give a damn? I'm just saying. Shabbat Shalom.